Good afternoon to everybody. Have a nice day. Today we'll discuss on how to improve our communication skill in English or how to improve English speaking power. How to speak English is one of the important problem in all the students. But actually, it is not a problem that we are thinking so. How to improve the English knowledge and how will establish in the society. It is one of the important things. Not only establishing the society but also how will be good speaker in English, how I will improve my English knowledge and how will face the different interviews and how for a bright future how will improve how to improve our English speaking power is one of the most important thing. So many requests has been come from, so many comments has been come from YouTube channel that are how we are improve our speaking knowledge. We are so dull in speaking English, so weak also. So as a whole, today we will discuss something how we will improve our English speaking power, especially the students those who are preparing for the competitive examinations and how they will improve their knowledge and especially in various examinations, various viva voice, just interviews, personal group discussions. There are so many thinking, and also the students who are studying in college and schools, how they are participates in the various competitive programs in their schools, colleges, or campus. How they will be able to be a good speaker and they will participate in different kinds of group discussion and speeches also. Thank you all. Again, I have written here how to improve your English communication skill. From first, I am telling to all of you that speaking English is not a difficult at all. As we are thinking it is difficult, but as we are thinking that is not as so difficult. So regular practice and different kinds of tools I will tell and we will discuss here how to improve our English knowledge. So first, as we should discuss, I will come to discussion. The thought of discussion, we have I will telling so many things. So kindly emphasis on, kindly log in, kindly connect with me and listening how the tools I am telling to you to improve your speaking power. It is one of the most important thing in each and every language. There are four pillars in education. There are four pillars in education. First is reading, writing, vocabulary, and communication or pronunciation. Vocabulary is the first pillar of education. So, vocabulary, the pillars of education. Pillars of education. Pillars of education. Vocabulary, reading, writing, and pronunciation. These are the main things. These are the basic things to improve our knowledge in each language, not only in English but in every language. So, vocabulary, reading, writing, and pronunciation are the four fundamental things to improve your knowledge, not only in English but also each and every language. Now, discuss what is vocabulary. The collections of words. As you know, new words, the meaning of new words, its uses, its pronunciation is important. The person those who are knows much more words, that is the bank of the language. Vocabulary is the bank of the language. It's the main seed capital. As we know, if you know much more name, if you know much more words, and you will use it, and you will also improve our knowledge in each language. Vocabulary, suppose if you calculated in on an average in class 10 or HSC examinations, we are covering 3 to 400,000 words for a good student, for the best students. But the students who are like weak, this week, they are covering with the 2,500 to 3,000. So, as we know, completion of high school education, we are covering about 4,000, mostly 4,000 words for our improvement of knowledge. But if we go higher studies, higher classes, you should improve our knowledge and really be identified, you will be used, you will be develop our vocabularies. So, collection of acquiring of knowledge in vocabularies, it means you really meet new words every day. New words every day. For this use of dictionary is one of the most important thing. So, as your students to want to improve the speaking power in English, it is one of the most important thing that you have to use the dictionary in regular basis. So, I am to say that if one will improve the vocabulary, then the speaking power or the knowledge in English will be developed for the students. So, we will know the new words, the meaning of the new words, use of new words in daily life is one of the most important things. So, it is the bank of the language. As we know, much more words will compulsory developing our communication skills. Second part is reading. Reading in continuous basis. Reading in continuous basis is one of the important things. If you go to read any kinds of readings, and you should read, emphasis read loudly. When we are going to schools, students who are class 6, 7, 5, our mothers, our parents, our teachers were telling that read loudly. Because read loudly is concerned to the communications and clearing of the old doubts. The students who are not reading on a daily basis or practicing the reading regularly, they have so much defects in the reading, and there are also so many wrong ideas, wrong power, wrong methods how to read. But usually, if you read loudly before the teacher, before the parents, they will clear our doubts and they will also help how to read. To art of read and reading is regularly is one of the most important part for the development of our communication skills. Not only in English but also in each and every languages. Then other reading is a regular basis. Writing is also one of the most important things. If education is a coil, reading and writing are the opposite sides in two sides of a same coin. So, reading and writing should go in simultaneously. So, if you be reading, only write so many words, the pronunciation will be correct here. And not only pronunciation, but if we go to the mistakes, will not mistakes in your words. Especially there may be a new word, that may be an old word. So reading can correct the mistakes in the words. So this is one of the most important things. Then we will pronunciation. As a whole, pronunciation is most important. How will the pronunciation, how the word will be pronounced, how the clauses, how the sentences will be pronounced, and how it will be. It will be present. It will be present before the parents, before the teachers, and anywhere. So pronunciation is the most important thing. If you go to pronunciation concerns the English languages, there are so much ideas have the person from the teachers, the English terms. Therefore, if you go and discuss on English, there are two types of English, like Australian English and Indian English. And the persons who are American and China, they are also telling different types of English and concerns the pronunciations. But as it concerns India and as we are in our climate or our environment, we are telling the Indian English. So that is a much more thing, that is big part. We should not worry about that. But apart from the pronunciation, pronunciation from the class 1, from the very bottom level, we should be developed. It should be developed. Pronunciation is the most important thing, and it will be a regular basis. We will do practicing, collecting the vocabularies, practicing the regular practicing reading, and I will be develop the writing in continuous basis. And pronunciation is also should be developed. So, also, and the pronunciation is one of the most important parts in education. And the education, by this we will be able to present ourselves. Pronunciation is what most important thing to represent yourself and before a board, before a group discussion, and each and every field where you are contesting, you are trying to reach. So pronunciation is one of the most important thing to be developed. So as proper pronunciation is also one most important. So our teachers, parents, and everyone as emphasis on how to pronounce. The word be pronounced gently and correctly. It is one of the most important. So we should also emphasis on the pronunciations. This is the 4 pillars of education, which is the most important. Then we go according to the UNESCO. United Nations organizations or UNESCO, there is also some pillars in education that bring concerns to the communication, developing the communication skills, equality, equality, accountability, and live together. These are the so many things we'll discuss on next chapter. On concern of the India also, equity, accessibility, accountability, these are also concerns to the communication skills. Besides it's the pillars of education will also discuss so many elements. These are the pillars of education concern that vocabulary, reading, writing, and pronunciation. Vocabulary is one of the most important pillar, and that we should develop. Then I will tell some things, some ideas, some tools also, that how to improve our English knowledge in daily life. One most tool is that collecting or improving, increasing your vocabularies. Then when you go to your body language, the sameness is one of the most important and most demerit of us. We are telling that with the students that we are the very sameness. On before I know something. I know everything also. I know something, but I am unable to express because sameness is one of the most different. I will tell something before my mother, before my parents, but when we go to the competition, when we go to the group discussion, due to sameness, I am unable to express something, my ideas. But you should be confident. You should be keep away your sameness from yourselves. That you will be able to represent yourself properly. So we should work. we should be promised from today. Those who are listening my words, who are watching my TV channel, who are following me also, they should be promised from today. They should be keep away from the same. The sameness will be away from their body from today. As we are presenting something, as we are presenting something before everyone or before one, that may be a class, that may be interview, that may be anywhere. The way of expression should be simple. Same, you should avoid sameness. Sameness. Then way of expression should simple. This is also one of the most two important roles to improve your communication skills. First is about the self. I tell about this. There's those who are watching the channel, who are listening me. You should avoid the same. From today, you should promise. I will not be same everywhere in the class, in the any floor, any platform. I will avoid the same. I will keep away from the same. I will be confident myself. I have no same. I will be present myself properly by avoiding the sameness. Then the way of expression of myself should be simple. The way of expression should be simple. It means those when we are expressing something, when we are telling something, when we are representing something, when we are telling about a particular topic, the way of expression should be simple. Way of expression should be simple. It means way of expression simple means I am not using the bombastic word. I will not using the difficult words. I don't want to only tell everything. I'm much more expressive. That's not good idea. For the communication skill, for the represent properly, you should expressions. The way of expressions should be simple. I will express myself. I will represent myself simply. It should not want to use the domestic words or difficult words and tell much more than the necessities. So the way of expression should be simple. As we want to, our way of expression should be simple. We should the input and emphasis on input and output. Input and output is one of the most important thing to improve your communication skills, especially in English. Input and output means output means as we are receiving, how we are receiving? We are receiving from the newspapers, the classes, from our teachers, from the TV, from the news, from the books. We are receiving. We are inputting ourselves. But when we are expressing, that's outputting. So input and output should be also simple. As we are inputting, we should be output. For our output, we tell something, will express something properly. So input and output is also one of the most important to improve our communication skill. When we are going to fill up input, you will receive the properly and proper things. Much more acquiring is not an important thing. But acquiring something and expressing everything with your own originality, own knowledge and own way of expressions is most important. So input and output should be emphasized. Then we will go to another thing. What is that? The website expression should be simple. Then we will go another thing. As we have sameness As we are telling that we are in I am living in rural areas. I have no more knowledge in English. I have no friends and circles. There is no any intimate persons or educated person in my family. My brothers and sisters not are so much educated. They have no English knowledge. And how will be I will improve the English knowledge? I have no money also for a coaching for a good teachers. That's not a matter. If we try something, if we try, everything will be possible. So your family background, your circles, and your money not a matter to improve your English knowledge. So for improving English knowledge, you should be develop your knowledge in one's environment, one circle. Someone, something, or somebody, or some persons, or some students are thinking that if I will tell English, one will be tell me I am not a good person. I am very over loving or over smiting and showing something, and they will be estimated in badly. But that's not a matter. If you want to improve your communication skills, you should practice which you are living. Suppose you are staying in a hostel. If you will practicing the English, with the communications, start to communication in English with your roommate, with your friends and circles. And if they will think that you are showing something, you are telling that you know reading, they will criticize you. That's not a matter. First, you should be start with English with your own environment. That's my family, that's my hostel, that's my college, or that's my circles. So you should keep out the sameness from yourselves. One will tell you something from the outside or inside, that's not a matter. You should not listen these words. So mindfully go to your hostel or to your family. So in the hostel, those who are your roommate, you should be come together, and you will be promised from today that. And suppose we are at the room where in a hostel there are 4 friends, Aditya, Ajay, and I and others. The 4 persons or 4 students were staying in a hostel in a seated room. So from today, we should promise that Aditya, Satya, you should be communicate with each other, will be conversing with each other in English from today. That may be mistake, that may be wrong, but should you be try from today? We should be start from today. We should be start from today. In hostel, in one environment, or in colleges or classes, those we are. Those were the students, whether in hostels, rooms, and classes, you should be start to speak English among yourselves and converse yourself in English, and that's the practice. Suppose when we are like this, when we are go to the left, ago 10 years or 15 years, we are also doing that. The students, those who are running mess and hostels, we are also same to in speaking English with each other. But because someone think that he is not nothing, he is unable to speak anything, he is a good speaker, but that's not a matter. You should practice from the today, and you will be a good speaker in English, and your speaking power will also be developed. But for this, we should be mentally prepared. We should not receive the wrong ideas. We should not be worried about the offenses. Someone offends you, but you should not hear to that. If you listen his words, you will be come towards the bottom. But if you want to develop, you want to go to top level, you should be start communications with the friends, circles, everyone. I don't want to tell you that. You should be tell the English in market, English before your parents, your circles, your sisters in the village, that not a matter. But you should. You should within your limit area, within your friends and circles, those who are your mates, and you also understanding with yourself will be tell will be converse in English when we are telling something. We are telling in other languages. Each and every language has a prestige. I don't want to that English is everything, other languages are not. My mother tongue Odia is one of the most important thing. I love my mother tongue Odia very much. I am also one of the most respect to all the languages. So one will be offensive, that's not a matter. We should not worry about that. From with your friends, with the circles, with the teachers, you are starting to speak in English very simply. With you also mixing with own languages. Not and from the first time you should not be and tell the English properly, or so many using domestic words, using only English. You should be start from today with mixing with one languages, one regional languages also. That's not a matter. If you start from today mixing with regional languages and others, that may be Hindi, that may be Odia, that may be Bengali. But one day you will be developed, and before 6 months, to 1 year, and then you will be must reach your aim, and you will gradually develop and growing your improve English speaking powers. One of the most important thing is I am not telling you that, telling again that I am not telling you that you should speak English with your parents, with in the market, anywhere where they will this is one of the bad effect. So you should not worry about that. So from the friends and circles and hostels and messes, we should start speak English without any bad thinkings. We should be take a positive to everybody, positive to everything. Then newspaper, magazine, TV, movies, cartoons. As we are in the age of the high modern era, the social media is along with you, with us. As we, mobile is within our hand, as mobile is with you, it means we are keeping the holding the whole world with us. Nothing is possible like this area. This is the age of social media. If you want to do something, you can. No one can stop you. If you want to be using the mobiles, laptops, etc., will go there and search how to improve my English knowledge. There are so many ideas in there, and you will also follow it. But I will be telling you that you should first will follow something or everything. Something it should be regular basis. It's a continuous process. So you should use the news. You should newspaper is one of the most important to improve the vocabularies, and use the dictionary is one of the most important. So regular basis we should be practice to read in the newspapers. When we are last 10 years ago, we are reading start to read the English newspaper. That may Times of India, Economic, that may Telegraph, anything. In case of Odisha, we are using the Times of India. Times of India so much simple languages there till now also. From first we are telling reading the Times of India from the first, and whenever you start to practice the English newspaper daily or regular basis, there are so many words, there's so many things are ununderstandable to us. We are facing the difficulties. We are also telling to our seniors and the teachers, lecturers, anyone also. when especially the students who are newly I start reading the newspapers. There are something there will be uh, ununderstandable to them. They will be confused. But on the regular basis with practice, and it will be so much easier and easier also. Especially and the difficult words will be also solved by them. Uh, when at the first time you really start to reading the newspaper in English, it is one of the most important thing as to me that it was taking 1 plus hour, 1 to 1.5 or 2 hours to cover the all the pages of the English. But gradually it should be less. Now, if I will go to the English paper today, I will finish it within 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And I don't want to. It is not important to do everything, to read everything and look up the pages. But you should know that how you use the papers and what is the news. What is the news? So within 10 minutes to 15 minutes, I am able to cover and collect something or know the news, every news from the papers. But it was the time like that. It was the time like that for me. I was explaining. It was taking 1.5 hours to cover the papers. But gradually it became easier and easier. I am able to cover the pages within 15 to 20 minutes now. So it is one of the most important, and it is possible when will be regular basis in the touch with it. So newspaper, magazines is one of the most important. If you want to improve the knowledge in newspapers, you will show on the various articles there. Now we are in education with the books and studies, syllabus, curriculums. But without books, syllabus and curriculum, there is so many things. There is so many things in papers, newspapers, TVs, books, magazines, circles with the teachers, with the radios, everything with the social media. There is so much knowledge is also available in social media. But now with the students, maximum students, we are now using the social media in a negative way. So in the mobile, there are so many negative pictures. In mobile, there are so many good things also. So we should, our aim should be positive, and we should follow the positive things. And how to improve myself and how to go to the high. This is one of the most. It should be most aim of us. It means I don't want to do that. So every students, every persons are like this. So many persons are also very best good. They are highest top. They are able to reach the top at the average. They are able to touch the average. But some students are knowing everything. They have some facilities also. There are some everything is there, but they are not using the time properly, and they are they are not interested to do everything. But if they will try, they will also improve. So best use of social media, best use of the mobile is one of the most important thing. So you should not lose the time in other things, in mobiles or the TVs. Then will be listen the newspapers, reading the newspapers and reading the articles also. Suppose if you go to interview for a vivas or a group discussions, if you are telling something that you are reading from the books, the classes or curriculums, but the students don't have practice in English on the newspapers, TVs, magazines, they will add something new, because they have already read the books and they have also touched with the newspapers, magazines and TVs and articles also. And they will adding something and they will be improved also. And they will be do better than you in group discussions, in education, in examinations, in interviews also. So it is one of the most important thing to on a regular basis to read the newspapers, magazines and articles. Is one of the most important. TV and newspapers. Then we go to English news. Then we go to English news. It is also one of the most important. It is also one of the most important tool to improve the English knowledge. On the regular basis, in initial stage, you should listen, you should watch the TV, especially English and other news also. In the first stage, it may be you are unable to understand 100% on what the journalist is telling, what is live in the TV, in the news. But after 3 months, 4 months, or 1 year, you will be know and you will be identified with the communication skills of the app. So you should follow someone. So on a regular basis, it is one of the most important thing to watch the TV and news also. And you also follow them. Also follow them how they are pronouncing the words, how they are pronouncing the words, and how they are presenting one subject, one topic before you. Well, the journalists are presenting you one topic, one subject, and before yourself. But how their communication skill, how their body language, how they are telling, how they are pronouncing is emphasizing, you should follow it. If you want to unable to understand anything, if you are unable to understand anything or something as a newly was starting to watching the English news regularly, you should close your eyes and listen only. So I want to tell that if you want to be a good speaker, you should be a good listener. You should be a good listener. The person who is a good listener is also a good speaker. So speaking and listening go simultaneously. Without speaking, you can tell something. You can express something. So input and output are goes simultaneously. Is listening and speaking is one of the most important thing. So a good listener will be a good speaker. So in interviews, in classes, everywhere, you should be a good listener. What the person before you is telling, the persons before you, the students before you, what they are telling. You should be listening carefully and mindfully. So if we really listen everything, we will also able to answer everything on their questions. So when we go to the group discussion, when we go to the interview, when we go to the voyabus, you should be mindfully listen what they are telling, what the jury is telling, what the jury is asking, what the jury wants. And if not, you are only a good listener will also unable to answer these questions. So when you go to the group discussions, you should not be harassed that I am no knowledge, I am not telling anything, I am poor in English. You should be so out from your mind. I can do. I will go to the Everest. This is one of the most important thing to improve your English knowledge. So it is one of the most important thing that be a good listener. So when you are first watching the TV news in the TV, you should close your eyes and listen mindfully. And gradually you will also develop. You will also develop. There is no any doubt. So you should start the speaking English with your circles, friends, classmates, and housemates, messmates. You read newspapers, articles, magazines, regular basis, and watching TV in the regular basis also. And you should be don't nervous to yourself. You should be nervous yourself. If you are nervous yourself, that will be not a good for us. So if you go, one of the important thing that your body language, your way of expression, input output, and other things that I am telling the concerns within you. The trends will be make a trend with the newspapers, with the magazines, with the TVs and news. And it is one of the most important thing that if you want to improve the English knowledge, you should start from with you mixing with the regional languages also. And then we to go to movies, English songs, watching cartoons. This is also one of the material you must add with it. If you listen to English songs, it is much more benefited to you. But initial stages, it will be very uneasy to. It will be very difficult to you, and you will be not interested towards that. But if you do it on a regular basis, by the way, it will be easy to you, and it will be concerned to it will connect with them, and it will be develop your knowledge. So, speaking English is not any hard task if you do everything on a regular basis. One of my teacher, my professor, tell me that, Mr. Subenu, how many hours you are watching the TV or newspapers, and how many hours you are reading the books. Especially, I and some students think that they are laboring 18 years, 17 years, 17 hours, 18 hours, 10 hours per day, and they also practicing how to improve their English knowledge in the alone also, and in hostels, in the rooms, they are alone and practicing communication with themselves. So many ideas come from that. I also tell my idea how I practicing myself. I want to say that everyone has a secret plan. Everyone has a one idea. Everyone has one way how to develop the speaking power by yourself, by oneself, not depending anything. So this will be most secret, and you will practice on a regular basis. One of some students were with us. They are listening the English songs. Many students of us that are recording their own voices. This is one of the most good tool also to recording your own voice, and will listen one after another, again and again, and will also able to correction that what you are telling and what you will be tell. So if you want to improve your knowledge, you should be also recording your own knowledge and again listen it, and in the next step you will also able to correct it. It is one of the most important. You will go to the alone in a single room, and you will also practice by your own selves. And suppose you choose a topic and tell something, write something, read something. First read something, first write it, then read it, and then speak out. Then in a single room, in a alone. There is no one is there. We will practice that, and we will go to his room where there is no one is there. Close the door and start. It is also one of the important things that if by it you will be improve your knowledge, and recording is also one of the most important. So you should try everything, and it is one of the most. I am telling again and again you everybody that you should not be after to others. You should not be worry about others. You should not be neglected yourself. You should not be that I have no more knowledge. You should not be underestimate yourself. You should take a confidence that I can do. So you will be most win. And it is not important to use the bombastic word, and it is also not important to speak speedy. some friends of us that telling that you are not telling the speedily. How to speaking English in speedily is not important. You should not be speedily. Although telling continuously or speedily is one of the most important thing, but you should not be worried. By course of the time, it will be also possible, and you will also generally in the initial stages when using the simple words. As I am telling to very simple words, are trying to using the simple words. It means my way of expressions is very simple. So I want to be simple to simpler because those persons who are before me, they are able to connect with me and they are in initial stage they are able to understand me. But when they will be much more developed and with us I will also using the bombastic words, the difficult words by the course of time. But in the first stages we are using the simple words and it is one of the most important thing that you are practice in a regular basis. If you practice 1 hour today and you will be leave it, then after 2 days you will be read or write for 15 minutes and after 1 month you will be write something. That's not a good idea at all. You should be do it regularly. You may pay a less time for it, but it should be every day. It should be particular time. It should be regular basis. So first refresh your mind and then come to the field and on a regular basis. I am telling you that you should not be pay much more time, 3 hours, 4 hours for how to improve your English speaking power. But you may half an hour or an hour or 15 minutes per day, but it should be regular. So I'm repeating the lessons that if you want to improve if you want to improve our speaking power, you should be connect with the collecting of meaning of using of new vocabularies, regular reading, regular writing, regular reading of newspapers, articles, magazines, watching the news, TV, and listening to English songs, English news, and we are also organizing the group discussion among the students, among the upper classes, among our juniors, among our seniors, and you should not worry and not listen to the offense of others. And it is my request to all everybody that you should not be tell in English this person who have no knowledge and the way the boss at the markets. That's I'm not telling that to you tell in English in this like these places. But with your roommates, with your hostel mates, with your mess mates, with your big brother, elder brother, and you are also able to start to communications with the English, converse with English among them, and it will be time will come, you will be reached at the top level. Then magazine collections, everything from the outside the society, from the social medias, from the books, curriculums also, and you will be able to do everything, and our English speaking power will be developed. Those persons, I am request to everybody that those persons who are not subscribing my channel, kindly subscribe it. And the number of my channel is Subendupallai 5251. SUBENDUPALLAI 5251. SUBENDUPALLAI 5251. I am starting the channel newly from last August 4, 2024. It is about 2 months. And initially I am teaching to the English Grammar Special High School students, class 6 students, XI students, and also as the newly I am communicated with the social media or YouTube. so many things I have also others nature related anything that I am able to collect. I am also posting here. But you should not worry. As I am posting all the varieties of different kinds of categories of the films and videos. But you should be follow as you want and which is your important. We should not go to the mixing of everybody. So this is my channel Subhendu Palai I2 Fiber. You may tell the people, but as a new channel is not showing in the media, in the platform of the YouTube, and those person kindly want to subscribe me and kindly subscribe me and share comment also, which will benefit myself and yourself also. I am able to encourage so many things like this. How to improve our communication skills, what are the communication skills, I will face an interview and I will present ourselves in a good discussion in this speech, and I will be improved in English. It is one of the most important thing, and I will be encouraged, and if I want to, if you will express the comments, I will also trying to show myself and answer it. So kindly subscribe, like and share. Those who are not subscribe now. But one of the important things that from today, I mean, in the end, I am telling to everybody that those who are new, those who are new and want to improve their speaking power in English, from today, they will be able, they will be promised from today, they will start conversations with their friends, circles, and the roommates from today, and they will keep out from the same. They will be psychologically strong, and the body language of theirs should be developed one day, and they will be represent everything before anyone by the time. And by the course of time, if they will follow all the tools that we have discussed here, they will be developed one day. Thank you, everybody. Today is Vijayadashmi, and I am praying to the Supreme Universal Father that every bad habits will keep away from yourself and have a good life, good daily life, and a bright future for everyone. Thank you all. Thank you.